A bike spending some rare time with its wheels on the ground because it belongs to one of the world's top freestyle mountain bikers, Sam Pilgrim. Here's a quick look at his Haibike Xduro 10.0 all mountain. Right, let's start off with the heart of the matter. Now, Sam rides a size large Haibike. He's 6 foot tall, but of course he spends a lot of his time upside down, sideways, back to front, you name it. He just needs a bike that's a little bit more maneuverable. On this bike, there's a Yamaha Pwx Motor. Now, as you can see, there's an external Yamaha battery on this bike, and that's a Pwx system when it comes to the changing. There's 5 different mode switches on this bike. In terms of suspension, it's 150mm travel on the rear, and up front is 160mm Marzocchi Z1 bomber, and that's an air. On the rear, it's a Fox DPX2. Right, let's have a look at the wheel set on this bike, and they're going to be subjected to an insane amount of abuse by Sam Pilgrim. It's a 28mm rim width, aluminium wheels. Sam's own custom 31 spoke wheel set on this bike. It's only something he can get hold of. Tyres wise, he's running Continental Trail Kings and probably about 50 to 60 PSI pressure in those tyres. So we'll have a chat with Sam about that a little bit later on. Brake wise, Sam's got a Raceline, which is team only. These are, Raceline team only MT7 brakes by Magura on there. And he's got a 200mm disc up front and a 180 on the rear. Right, what about the gearing on Sam Pilgrim's bike? Well, it definitely seems that it's suited more towards downhill use rather than cross-country. He's got a new set of cogs on the back, 1136 teeth on the back. He's got a new chain on the bike, 38 tooth sprocket up front and 170mm cranks. What's quite noticeable on this bike is that he hasn't got a seat dropper. It's quite a good old-fashioned manual unit. Up front are Sam's own Pilgrips, red colour, 740mm bar which he's put on there, and it's 45mm stem with a couple of spacers under that stem. As I mentioned earlier, Sam has gone for a size large Xduro all mountain bike, and that's because, as I said, he needs more manoeuvrability on this bike rather than stability on big fast downhills. In terms of the geometry numbers, it's a 66-degree head angle on the bike, 455mm chainstay, which means it's kind of not too short and it's not too long, sort of middle ground really. 1225mm wheelbase on this bike, -10 drop on the bottom bracket, so it's it's a pretty good bike for cornering, and a reach of 445. So it's, as I say, it's quite a small bike in terms of sizing for a 6 foot rider. Right, Sam, let's...
I'm just going to stop you there. You got it wrong with the cogs earlier. It's actually a cog set.
Sorry, cog set, not cogs on the back.
Are you supposed to swear on EMBN
yeah,
channel?
That's fine. Look, looks like you've got a new cog set on there.
Yeah.
1136. Why haven't you gone for something bigger? Why haven't you gone for like a 50?
A dinner plate,
yeah,
you mean?
exactly.
Why would I want a dinner plate on the back? Like, I can get up any hill on that. You'll see anyway. You also said about the head angle.
Right, yeah.
Obviously, the bike comes standard 150mm.
Yeah, right.
I put 160s on to slacken it a bit.
Right.
Because I want a small bike that's still a bit more slack speed on big jumps.
Sam, yeah, fair dues, you've kept me on my toes. So basically we're looking at about a 65.5-degree head angle, and we've probably got a 0 drop on the bottom bracket, which means the bike's probably not going to go around his corners as well as it used to, but then again, he's not going around corners, he's going to be in the air anyway, right?
Yeah. And I got 0 drop on the dropper because I haven't got one.
I tell you what, you can't even get the seat out of the dropper. Oh, you can. There you go. So there's Sam Pilgrim's seat post. Looks like a 800, 750mm. There it is. Sam, tell me about the tyre pressures. It looks like there's about 50 or 60 PSI in there.
Yeah, well, I run 80 on my jump bike, so I just put loads in here for jumps as well. But that is soft for me. Like, this is, I think the front's probably 60 and...
See, what I don't get is why on earth do you run so much pressure when you spend most of your time jumping into a plastic bag?
Because you want, otherwise you're going up the takeoff and spinning out of control.
Sorry, I'm only kidding. Hey, tell us about the Halo Chaos, not the Halos Chaos, the Halo Chaos wheel set. 31 spoke in the back, right?
Yeah, 31 spokes, speciality made by me.
Right, okay.
By snapping one of the spokes out the other day. But no, the Halo Chaos, insane wheel set. I run these on my jump bikes and actually all the bikes I have, and you can't even break them. I did a video riding without a tyre on them and they don't even break, downstairs and everything.
Check out the tireless video on Sam's YouTube page. Suspension settings, everybody likes to talk about suspension settings. It's just bloody rock hard, isn't it?
Yeah, this is like kind of not that rock hard, but probably for normal people it'd be hard. It's made for jumping, so if you have a soft bike, it's gonna lose its momentum, you know?
God. So this is 90 kilos on Sam Pilgrim's forks and they ain't moving anywhere. Seriously, you run them like that?
Yeah, and downhill and stuff.
Oh my God. Sam, let's talk about this business up the front here, which this is to enable you to do bar spins and tail whips, right?
I like to do tail whips and bar spins and like actually cool stuff. So this is like, you can rewind your bars back, you know, and then you can spin them and then all the cables are fine because it's only the front brake that causes like a blockage, you know? And that's another reason I don't have the dropper, because then that's just another cable.
What about your bar and lever setup? Obviously, look, I spent a lot of time with downhill racers and they're very particular about where the bar is in terms of, you know, forwards or rearwards, and you kind of fingers on the grips there, on the brakes, I mean. Is it a certain setup you like, or? No.
Just put them on there.
All right. And one last thing, this is quite a nice touch, the extra long gear cable there, is that
that's
for some reason?
For bar spins, yeah.
Is it really?
And tail whips, yeah.
Right, so you need to have, so if you're going to do tail whips and bar spins, remember you need about 3 foot of slack in your gear cable up front.
Yeah, and you've got to have your screen cable longer. Every cable's got to be longer. You know?
Okay, perfect. So there you have it, 7 months of abuse by a pioneering e-biker. Flares, tail whips, flip no-handers. This bike has had an extreme amount of abuse and seems to be holding up pretty well, Sam, right?
Yeah, I've like obviously done a lot of the things wrong as well and not landed a lot of tricks, and I mean there's been nothing wrong with it, so it's been amazing. Yeah, I'm basically trying to break it and I haven't, so I'm stoked on it, yeah.
What you got coming up next then to try and break it?
I've got like loads of new tricks that I want to do on it. Yeah. So I just didn't want to do them all straight away. So
more world firsts, right? Coming up on this bike.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, if you want to see some more action of Sam, there's a great Blake Sampson versus Sam video, which you can find out down below here. Let us know your comments on this bike. Sam, thanks for coming along.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Showing us the bike, and yeah, give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And yeah, it'd be great if you could subscribe to EMBN.